understand. You have my apologies.
You honor us with your presence here.
You have my condolences. Your father was a good man. Talk to Scribe Jameson. She is our keeper of the scrolls. She will want to know what you have found. She spends most of her time in the archives. You'll find them in A-Ring, near the Great Hall. More than anyone else, I dare say. Certainly enough to know they're the greatest threat the capital wasteland has ever faced. The Brotherhood of Steel has encountered the Enclave before, you see. Over 30 years ago, back in California. Then they were led by a President Richardson. Now we've got this Eden to contend with. It matters not now, as before they seek to control and destroy. All in the guise of restoring order. Your father, I fear, was just the beginning. The Brotherhood is an old organization going back to the years just after the war. We are but a part of it. What would you like to know? The Brotherhood began on the West Coast and exists there still. We were dispatched to this location many years ago. In truth, the Brotherhood of Steel has been struggling for years, both here and back home. Honor, truth, courage. These virtues seem to have little meaning in these troubled times, I'm afraid. Ah, now, that's the real question, isn't it? Our orders were, and are, to acquire any and all advanced technology, and we have, to the best of our abilities. But when I realized the extent of the super-mutant threat, I felt it was my responsibility to aid the people in their struggle against them. Unfortunately, my superiors back west disagree with my assessment of the situation. They feel I've grown too attached to the local populace. And they're right. In any event, the Enclave's arrival changes everything. It's been over 20 years since we arrived, and we've been struggling to contain and eradicate the super mutants for nearly as long. With the arrival of the Enclave, I have a terrible feeling the super mutants are the least of our worries. So be it. What more did you want to know? So be it. Would you believe no? It's pathetic, really, considering we've been fighting those abominations for nearly 20 years. In all that time, all we've managed to do is to contain the threat, hold them back so they don't overrun every blasted settlement out here. But we don't really know anything. Where they're from, why they've infested the DC ruins. And now here we are, holed up in our Citadel. Low on resources, low on troops. It's enough to make an old man so very tired. Why, yes. Yes, indeed, there is someone. Our intrepid Paladin Gunny trains all initiates in the use of power armor. When they're ready. Under the circumstances, I will allow Gunny to train you as well. You'll find him in the Bailey. I will send word that I've given my approval. Steel be with you.
Shriveled black things. I'm talking real trees. synthesis, all that good stuff. Now what if I, the all...
Initiate, you've got a lot of nerve to interrupt. Oh, my apologies, stranger. I thought you were one of these worthless initiates. I swear these kids would be lost without me here to powder their asses. I am charged with the duty of turning these maggots into brothers of steel. With the threat of the Enclave, they're likely going to be pressed into service before they've taken the oath. So I've got a lot of work to do. Heard you were coming. Yeah, I can train you, but don't ask me to like it. My initiates sweat blood, and you just get a free pass? Anyway, you ready for this? Now look, to wear power armor, first thing you need to do is relax your muscles. Let the suit do the work, okay? Now you. What aid can I offer you, outsider? Killing unarmed civilians makes me sick. Come over here. Try fighting someone who shoots back, fucking cowards. Why do you think I ride these initiates so hard? I make training hell so fighting those uglies won't be. If you'll excuse me, I need to go show these fish how to shoot straight.
Ah, it's good to see you again. Ah, yes. Everyone asks about the robot. Hard not to, I admit. His name is Liberty Prime. Very patriotic. Built by a very proud nation during a very desperate time. We've had about as much success getting him working as they did. You should speak with Scribe Rothschild. He can tell you more. Of course. Rothschild, a word, please.
Yes. What is it? Robot to fix and all that?
Precisely what I'd like to speak with you about. What's this I hear about power consumption actually increasing? We both know that's not an option.
Yes. And I told you that in order to compensate for last Thursday's mishap, there would be some complications. I'm dealing with it.
Rothschild, old friend, you're a brilliant technician. But this old man's patience is wearing thin. I want a full status report in 3 hours.
Oh, very well. Now please, a giant robot to fix, May I start by saying that I am sorry for your loss. I was acquainted with your father many years ago. The world has lost one of its few remaining visionaries. Think nothing of it. Now, Dr. Lee has explained your predicament. You need to locate some Vault-Tec equipment? A Gek? Goodness no, certainly not. I must say that there are some who doubt such a device really exists, let alone works. If, however, you share your father's determination, I may be able to assist you in locating one. Possibly. I'm afraid I won't be able to assist you directly. The news Dr. Lee has brought will require me to be elsewhere. I can, however, give you access to an old pre-war computer from Vault Tech. It may have the information you need.
You'll find the terminal in the archives in the A-Ring.
You are welcome. If you require further assistance, I may be able to help.
I trust you are well. I'm here for your progress report on the modified recon armor.
You're a bit late today, sir. I was afraid that you weren't coming. As per my report that I forwarded to you, development is on schedule.
I'm pleased to hear that. Do you anticipate any setbacks? Last month's progress was, well, let's call it underwhelming.
There may be a slight delay in the enhancement of the ambulatory gyroscope. A few of the parts I need were lost in the recent inventory reduction.
You will make do, Bobby. Always do.
Scribe Rothschild wants a report on your tests. Have your results posted?
The Enclave seems to have developed advanced plasma-based weaponry. I need to analyze our power armor. I'm sorry, but I really don't have time to talk right now. Perhaps Scribe Jameson could help you.
Ah, it's good to see you again. Steel be with you. Hello, Scribe Peabody. I trust that things are well with you.
Good morning, Elder. I'm sorry to report that things are not as they should be. Ever since Kasdan was outcast...
That name is not to be spoken within the Citadel. Do you understand? I wish it were not so, truly I do. But he is outcast.
Quartermaster Durga here, stranger. I have to say, I'm not sure what you're doing in my armory. We run a tight ship, and unless Elder Lion says so, we don't trade with outsiders. Quartermaster out.
He has been judged.
I understand, sir. But the outcasts have stolen a great deal of our uncatalogued equipment. I am beginning to run short of supplies for repairs.
I understand, Peabody, but you'll need to make do the best you can. If our weapons can't penetrate that Enclave armor, we stand no chance.
Yes, Elder, I understand. Forgive me for speaking out of turn. My frustration got the better of me.
Hail to you, son of James. This is not normally something that we do. Trade with outsiders has proven to be problematic in the past. However, considering the circumstances, So be it. I'll send word to Durga that you have full access to trade. Steel be with you.
I received word from Elder Lyons. He says that you have permission to trade with us. Good for you. Sure, just be quick about it. Try not to break it, outsider. Of course.
Pretty impressive work for a civilian, bringing the doctor here in one piece. Sarah Lyons, Sentinel and Commander of Lyons Pride. Welcome to the Citadel. I've read the reports, seen the initial scans, but I can hardly believe it. I figured those radio transmissions were just old recordings. Never figured the Enclave would actually show up, in the flesh. But don't worry. Whatever they try, we'll be ready for it. I'll lead the Pride to knock them out tomorrow. If my father permits it. You've seen them, so you know what we know. What more is there to say? If we can figure out where they're coming from, we might be able to stop them. If not... It's the best of the Brotherhood, bar none. No one gets in without my say-so. In my father's name, I bid you farewell.
What I wouldn't do to get my hands on one of those Enclave vertibirds. Hail, outsider. I am Scribe Jameson. Word of your ordeal has spread. I am truly sorry for the loss of your father. But if I can help you in any way, please let me know. You have? Oh my. This brings to light a sad affair for the Brotherhood, but perhaps it is something that you can assist us with. If you have the time, I have an offer for you. Good. As I'm sure you've noticed, the Brotherhood operates all over the DC ruins, often detached from the main base here at the Citadel. We're short on communication equipment, so many of the groups in the field operate as independent cells, without standing orders. Sometimes, I'm afraid that their missions end in their deaths. As Keeper of the Scrolls, it's my charge to write of each fallen brother's deeds. Exactly. A brother fallen in the field may have no one to carry word of his death back to me. In calmer times, we could send detachments and messengers to learn their fates, but with our manpower stretched thin, we have no such luxury. Which is why I must now ask you for your help. Each brother wears a holotag like the one you found. Should you find any of the fallen brethren in the field, I ask that you return their tags to me, so that I might record their deeds in the scrolls. Scrolls are kept by the head librarian of each Brotherhood bunker. The scrolls are a record of the Brotherhood itself. Into each scroll is written the name and deeds of each of our brothers. Battles, what technology is recovered, when he was promoted, everything. The last entry for each brother is that brother's death. It is important, as the way a man dies is just as important as the manner in which he lives. And so, each man who nobly serves the Brotherhood ascends into our history, to be remembered by those who come after him. They are on our fallen brothers throughout the DC ruins. However, I can't give you a full report on the locations of all of our operations. As I said, many of the units in the field operate independently, sometimes not reporting into the Citadel for weeks or months. We have access to a great deal of technology, and because of that, there are a number of things that we can continue to produce. I will be able to offer you caps for the tags you bring me, but from time to time, I will be able to give you something a bit more interesting. Yes, what about them? Have you? It saddens me to hear of my fallen brethren, but their names and deeds shall be records. Tell me, how many have you found? Their names shall be written into the scrolls, to be remembered forever. As for you, here's your reward. Use it well and in good health. Well, there are a number of orders within the scribes, each dedicated to a specific area of research. The Order of the Sword is responsible for weapons research and development. Guns, ammunition, anything of an offensive nature. Defensive research is done by the Order of the Shield. Power armor, defensive structures, anything that is intended to protect us. The Order of the Quill preserves the written knowledge of the ancients, seeking out all manner of books and holotapes. Actually, I am Proctor of the Order of the Quill. I oversee the archives and library here in the Citadel. We are dedicated to preserving the history of the Brotherhood, as well as unearthing the secrets of the pre-war civilizations. We have a single field associate, Scribe Yearling. She operates out of the former Library of Congress to the northeast. Certainly. Quite a few, but most are distinctly unladylike and unworthy of discussion. I will tell you that the Brotherhood has encountered the Enclave before, and their motives were just as sinister then as they are now. The Brotherhood has been battling super mutants for decades, first out west, then in Chicago, now here. But this group of super mutants is different somehow. Physically, yes, but mentally as well. If we knew where they came from, we'd know why. I look forward to our next meeting. I have those results you asked for. I sent them over to your station.
Did you have any success with that old terminal? Ah, well, that much I believe I can help with. Step over here for a moment. I'll show you where it is. Things look good.
So what's the latest report?
There's been another behemoth sighted in the wind.
This map shows the locations of all known vaults in the local area. Vault 87 has been highlighted for you. There. Entrance to Vault 87 will be particularly difficult for you, I'm afraid. The area is highly irradiated. Lethal levels are all around the entrance. Gaining direct access will be quite impossible. You share your father's determination, it seems. And in this case, you are correct. There may well be another way. Vault 87 is located very close to the site of Lamplight Caverns. It is entirely probable that the vault may be entered from within the caves. No, I'm afraid not. After initial attempts to cross the radiation failed, it was decided to focus our efforts elsewhere. You, however, are free to do as you choose. More exploration may be useful, and I'll certainly be interested in anything you might find. I wish we could do more, but the Brotherhood potentially faces a very pressing, very real threat in the Enclave. All of my efforts must now be devoted to assessing the threat they may pose to us. I'm sure you understand.
Wasteland in the Evergreen Mills region. That's heavy raider country, so things could get interesting.
Very well. Thank you for the update.
right there, mister. Don't take another step or we'll blow your fucking head off. You're big, and I don't have any big friends. You better just go out the way you came in. This is Little Lamplight. We live here, and we don't need no mungos messing it up. So just take a hike. It's not safe, even for someone as brave as you. There's monsters back there. The big ones. You know, the ones that sort of look like people, except they're all wrong. Yeah, I do. But it's through Little Lamplight, and you're not getting into Little Lamplight. Guess you better find some other way, Mungo. Why would I tell you anything? God, you're dumb. I guess you're okay after all, Mungo. You can come in, but you better not piss me off.
Happy birthday, Sticky. Sorry I missed your party.
Yeah, me too. Sorry.
There's nothing happy about it. This is the worst day of my life.
It's time to go. Okay, so you get in, but I got my eye on you. You don't make any trouble in here, got it? I ain't having no shit butts making trouble. Boo-hoo, you big baby. You're still a mungo, and I still don't like mungos. You want to party or something? You go pay some mungos to be your friends, and then they can talk all about how great you are. How's that? I'm McCready. I run Little Lamplight because they made me the mayor, and I don't like strangers or mungos. Organized? Have you walked around this place? It's pure anarchy, and I wouldn't have it any other fucking way. We can't all stay here forever, so we've all got to leave eventually, and there's not much to look forward to out there. So we have a good time while we're here, and the occasional ruthless little bastard like me make sure it doesn't fall apart for the other kids. It's not that complex. Any kid can say they want to be mayor here. It's just that most don't want to bother with the responsibility of leading. Most of the time, they last until the kids get tired of them. Then they get kicked out on their ass by the new mayor. One only lasted 5 minutes. Of course, I've kept this place going strong for 3 years. To most kids, that makes me mayor for fucking life. Fine by me, I say. People change when they grow up, and we don't trust mungos living down here. So we leave for a place called Big Town before we get too old. Kids who grow up fighting and surviving in Lamplight are better trained for the world out there than idiots who are pampered by grown-ups outside. About time. What do I look like, your tour guide? That's right, and don't come back.
You know the rules.
The rules are stupid.
You're a mungo now. You gotta leave.
Maybe I can stay just a little longer?
Bye, Sticky.
Yeah. Bye, Sticky. Don't just stand there. Get out of here already.
The mayor said it's okay for you to be in here, right? Because mungos aren't allowed in here unless the mayor says so. So are you an okay mungo? Because if you aren't an okay mungo, then that means we should stop you. And that means I've got to get my gun from lockdown. So stay here, okay? Oh, that's good, because Mayor McCready says I can't have my gun in town anywhere, not since last time. But that was totally an accident anyway. That reminds me, got any Nuka-Cola? Because if I'm not gonna have a gun in town, then it must be okay for me to have one more Nuka, right? Anyway, everyone calls me Zip, you know? Like a zipper. Only not really like that, because I'm not made of metal. But I do go up and down, I guess. Yeah, more Nuka's always good. It's definitely always gooder than less. Because no Nuka's no good at all. Got any Nuka for me? I'll trade you whatever I got for more Nuka-Cola. Anytime. Nuka for Zip. Nuka for Zip. Well, I didn't want to trade it, but I got the stim pack Lucy said I'm supposed to carry in with me. Is it worth a Nuka? Yay! Nuka-Cola makes the stomach bubbly and the world so jumbly. Yay! Okay. See you next time, mister.
What the hell is RJ thinking, letting a damn Mungo like you in here? So who are you working with? Raiders? Slavers? Mutants? Answer up, Mungo. Oh, you think Sammy and the rest wouldn't have gotten back on their own eventually? I taught them better than that. Well, if you're sticking around, you ought to know that I'm Princess and I call the shots around here. And don't forget it, Mungo. We don't go there. It's bad back there. Ask the mayor if you really want to know. It's so dull. Practically nothing ever tries to come through the back gate anymore, so I never get to shoot anyone. I wish I was at the front gate, but RJ specifically put me back here. Up front, at least there's a chance I can shoot some unwanted visitors. Which could have included you, Mungo. Could have been a lot of reasons. Maybe you sounded like a monster in all that darkness. Maybe you had a weapon drawn and looked like a raider. Maybe I just decided I didn't like your stupid Mungo face. I don't need to explain myself to you, Mungo. Shut up and get lost. In fact, don't you ever bother me about something as stupid as nicknames again. No, scram. About time. Hey, are we letting Mungos in now? Didn't hear a scuffle, so I'm guessing you're some sort of guest? So, what's so cool about you, Fancy Pants? Must be a pretty good reason for you to get let in, see? Oh, that was you? Nice work. I hope you got some good laughs out of it before you left. Gotta make sure they know not to try that again. Speaking of which, I'm Knock Knock, and I take care of the general morale around here. Which is to say, I collect a lot of stories, and sometimes trade them to keep the others amused. Morale's better than less al, see? Well, when people started calling Nicky by his new name, I needed one too, see? If you're twins, it just doesn't cut it to be called Knick Knack and Sue. To where, man? You know that office building near the entrance? When Lucy's at work in there, she's the one who patches this up. There's a souvenir shop just north of the entrance. That's where Knick Knack sells whatever else we can't use. Check there. Right here. Welcome to our fungus pools. Eat up. You can only get there through Murder Pass, and we keep guards there to keep the little kids out. But if you want to have a look, it's north of the souvenir shop. Okay. Later. Whoa, I've never seen a Mungo so close. Are you a raider? Or a slaver? Or a mutant? 'Cause if you are, I'm supposed to go hide, 'cause I'm too young to use a gun yet. Did you live in the old vault below? I thought nobody lives down there now because it was full of monsters. Mayor doesn't let us go down there because when they went, they didn't come back. You don't look like someone who didn't come back, so maybe you didn't come from there. It's just a name, okay? Not my fault I knock stuff over. Lucy says I still got a lot of growing to do. I don't know. I still get lost sometimes. Things are really big. Bye-bye, Vault Dweller. Who are you? What are you doing in here? You said Penny and Sammy and Squirrel? I can see why RJ let you in. Thanks for all of us. I'm Lucy, and I pretty much spend my days playing mommy around here. I spend a lot of time kissing boo-boos and making things better. If you get a scraped knee or stubbed toe, come see me. Same if you get shot in the face or burns all over. But I can only promise so much. There's always one big sister or another who knows her way around a compress and a sewing needle, so we take care of most of the little scrapes. And way back when, someone figured out that some of the plants and fungus around here absorb radiation. The little ones don't like to eat their veggies, but they don't like to be sick either, so we get by. Well, we all know the basics. Combat first aid, you know? But I've got the most experience at the tough stuff. Bumble's been learning the most about the more complex parts of cutting and sewing. People tease her, but she's got a steady hand. Of course, now she just needs to learn what you do and don't cut. It is, especially for dealing with the low-level radiation we all get from the water. The fungus just soaks it right up. But it doesn't help the rickets that keep hitting the younger lamplighters. Believe it or not, I can make a treatment for that from extract of buffout. Actually, if you can talk McCready into it, I'd be glad to trade some fungus for buffout, but he'd have to say it was okay. Well, until you come asking for a bandage at least. Sure can. Quick and easy. Only 100 caps. And a quick shot. All done. Well, where to? You can only get there through Murder Pass, and we keep guards there to keep the little kids out. But if you want to have a look, it's north of the souvenir shop. Okay. Thanks. Hopefully, it'll just be skinned knees and bloody noses today. Well, look who's here. What's up, Mungo? We don't go there. It's bad back there. Ask Mayor if you really want to know. About time.
What do you want, Mungo? Yeah, I'll bet you've heard all about the fungus in my cavern. But yeah, the cave fungus, sure. It's good for food and medicine, and it's the main fucking reason we've stayed alive down here. So, you want a slice of that gray-green gold, huh? I think maybe we could come to an arrangement. What are you offering? More stuff for us, and more chance of you getting shot, stumbling back here, choking on your own blood while we point and laugh? Sounds good. So how about this? For every 3 pieces of strange meat or buff out doses you bring in, you'll get 1 piece of fungus. Take it or leave it. Just talk to Lucy or Claire about what they need, and stop bothering me about it. It's not safe, even for someone as brave as you. There's monsters back there. Yeah, I do. It's through Murder Pass. Not a real safe way to go, but it's the only door that works. It's the only way that works, yeah. The other door hasn't worked since before I was here. Computer's busted and not even Joseph can make it work. If you're going to go through Murder Pass, let me know and I'll have the door open for you. But I still say it's a bad idea. You sure about that? It's scary in there. Even I don't like going in there, and I'm really brave. Okay, if you say so. Come on, let's get the gate open for you, Mungo. What now, Mungo? Yeah, sure, whatever.